I'm going to show you some of the fitness equipment that I use to do the exercises to play guitar. I do a lot of exercises without any equipment, and I'll show you those as well. And in this video, I just want to show you some of the stuff that I have available. I love fitness equipment. We'll probably have more than I have now and just expand it over time. And this is what I have that I've been using now, which is great. So this first thing I'm going to start off with is a Handmaster. You can't see it because I've rubbed the coating off, which had the label. It's a foam ball with a hole in the center and this rubber, it's like a rubber band, but it's in a way where you can stick your fingers through these loops on the end and your thumb here, so you can work on your extensor muscles as well as your flexor muscles. And we will get into that as we go. And then the next thing I have is a very old Gripmaster. And now, and I think for a while, there's been a line of Gripmasters with different tensions from light to heavy. This very old one is just maximum tension. I would prefer to have the range of tensions because it's better to work out and exercise and work our muscles in a full range of motion, because there's going to be kind of weakness points along an exercise that we want to strengthen. And if we're working at maximum tension all the time, it can be hard to develop some of those muscles at those weakness points. But I have a Gripmaster. I have one of these finger weights, and I got this as a sample at a NAMM show forever ago, so I don't know if they sell them singly, individually, or as a set. It'd be nice to have a set. I just use one and work out one at a time, one finger at a time, and it would be handy to have 4 or 5 and be able to, work all the fingers at once. I have a set of exercise bands like this of all the different tensions. I have a set of different tension exercise straps, and you can buy these sets pretty cheaply online. I have a 2.5 pound weight. I have an entire set of barbells from 2.5 pounds all the way up to one of those sets with the pins where you can go up to like 50 pounds. For working out our wrists, we don't need that much weight. For me, 2.5 pounds is plenty. If I went to 5, that would be a lot. We're not going to be using these weights for like bicep curls or, shoulder presses. What we're going to use this for is doing like a simple wrist raise and a wrist lower. So depending on where everyone's at, we don't want to go nuts. We want to find a nice, easy tension where there's just a bit of resistance early on. So 2.5 pounds. And then some of the fancier things I have this is ancient. This is another ancient thing, is this Powerweb. And like the straps and like the Handmaster or the Gripmaster, there's a whole range of tensions that you can get as well. I don't know what the tension is that the green is. And a lot of these are broken because it's so old, so I'll probably replace this at some point, but it's still usable. And I'll show you exercises that we can do with the Powerweb. And then I have this, which is a weighted exercise stick. And I do a lot of things with this. The primary thing that I do for guitar playing is work on my wrists, where I can just rotate this weighted stick to develop parts of my wrist and forearm. And you don't need to buy this. You might have a baseball bat or a golf club laying around, or if you wanted to make something, you could get a PVC pipe. You might have a rolling pin in the kitchen, but you could always get a PVC pipe and tape some weights to it. You could tape some coins to the end of it and do what I just showed you. And then this is the fanciest thing that I have here. It's Dedayl Power Arm Strength, and it's an adjustable hydraulic that you can press like this. You could probably get yourself like a Thighmaster and do the same thing. This just has grips for your hands, so it's easier to manipulate than a Thighmaster would be. And that's it for equipment. And then the other thing that I have is this, which I mentioned in the introduction video, which is a stopwatch. And I work out often to a stopwatch. Now, you're watching this on a digital device, and all of our electronic devices, whether it's a phone or a tablet or a computer, have stopwatches on them. I like to get away from the gadgets when I'm exercising. I don't want text messages, I don't want the interruptions, and I just like having a stopwatch on me. And I don't have to worry about my phone, so often if I'm running, if I'm gonna do sprints or something like that, then I really don't want my phone accidentally flying somewhere and skipping across the ground. So I recommend, if you want to get into this stuff and invest a little bit of money, get yourself a nice stopwatch. They're cheap and it's nice to have one and you're not using your phone. So that's everything. Now, you don't have to buy any of this stuff, and I do a lot of exercises without any of this equipment. And the exercises that we're going to do are what are called isometric exercises. And isometric exercises are where you use your own body strength to resist your own body strength exertion. And a very simple example, and all these exercises are going to be simple, but here's a simple example of isometrics is take your thumbs and fingertips, take your hands, and press the thumbs and fingertips against each other. And you're not trying to look like you're think in deep thought here, posing for the camera. You're really pressing, and you're pressing as hard as you can. And again, if you've got a stopwatch, which is what we're going to do, you're going to hold this and press for a certain amount of time to fatigue the muscles, to build up the strength in the fingers. I used to do finger push-ups, which are like murder on your fingers, and they're very painful. I don't know that they're not totally horrible for you and doing damage to your fingers, but after about a week and a half of doing finger push-ups every day and my fingers stopped hurting, I could play guitar really, really well. I had built up this strength in my fingers that was amazing. I accomplished the same goal without murdering my fingers using this isometric exercise. So I'm going to show you some isometric exercises that can mimic some of the things that the fitness equipment does for us when we're using the fitness equipment. And that's that. And then in the next video, we're either going to get into how we're going to work, how we're going to use the stopwatch, HIIT, TUT, all those fun things, or we're going to get into mindfulness and how I use mindfulness in this meditative approach to playing guitar and bettering my guitar playing. So we'll see you in the next video.